Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks. And today we're on the Tundra map. And I'm going to show you the location that I really like to go to, and if at all possible, win in the battle, because I really think it gives your team an advantage on this map. And to get there and to secure it, we're going to use the Challenger. This is the Tier 7 British tank destroyer, and this is the turreted line of British tank destroyers, unlike the AT line, the big, slow, fairly well armored, immobile tanks. This is the quicker version. They do have a turret, they can get around, and I like this style of play better. It's much easier for me to be a little bit more mobile. But this tank certainly does have its drawbacks, and we're going to see some of them here. I get into this aggressive position. I'm the first one out here on my team. Not much has come with me, and I am struggling to get the gun around onto this enemy tank that's followed me up here, the T-20, because the turret rotation of this tank is extremely painful. Look at how slow that turret gets onto its target. Now, thankfully, that T-20 took advantage of me being here when he thought I was alone, and it turned out I had some support coming just a little bit behind me. So he pushed up here aggressively. I was able to kind of hold him in place, put in 3 total shots, get some help from my allies, and remove that enemy tank from the game for our first kill. But it did cost me half of my hit points in the first minute or so of the battle. So not an ideal situation. I mean, this tank, you know, it might be better to be played as a sniper, but more often than not, if I sit back and wait for something to happen, for somebody to give me an opportunity to do something, that battle is going to be a loss. So I feel like it's really important to take this position. I wanted to do what I could to try and take it, and now you can see the advantages here. We can poke up on this ridge and see completely into the enemy base. We can see all those tanks back there, and maybe we get opportunities to shoot ourselves, or maybe we provide opportunities for our allies to shoot. And this is also a great position, if the battle goes poorly, to defend your own cap. You can look out the other side and defend the cap as well from this elevated position where you can kind of pick and choose the battle. So, great position. We've secured it with the help of our allies, and now we see late to the party here is a VK 3601H. That's the German Tier 6 heavy tank, and we're able to come down and provide some support here. But you can see I didn't want to whip down around the turn there, because then my tank would turn faster than my turret, and I wouldn't be able to keep the turret on the target. And here you can see just how painfully slow that turret rotation is. It's a weird thing to complain about for a tank. The mobility is good, the gun is decent, it's a typical British 17-pounder. It does 150 average damage, which is pretty low, but the penetration is pretty decent. Standard rounds get 171 millimeters of penetration. The premium rounds go up to almost 240, so that's great. The rate of fire is really good, 15 rounds per minute. This thing pumps out the shots, but it is a struggle, especially if you get into closer range, to keep the gun pointed at the target because of that turret rotation. So you definitely want to try and keep things to medium to long range, so your adjustments with the turret are small. And once again, now we cleaned up the VK there. We were able to poke over the ridge. The gun depression on this tank, pretty decent. And we also have a little bit of a lip there that we could dip down. And we got our 3rd kill. And now we're trying to pin down this Hellcat. The battle's going well. We're in a really good position here. We're just trying not to make a mistake and see if we can secure a couple of additional kills here towards the end of the battle. So we stayed in that position, provided some support, and our allies were able to go up and hunt down that tank. And now we can see a couple of defenders back at the base. T-29, American Tier 7 heavy tank, a really, really dangerous tank. And the accuracy on this gun, it's pretty good. You can see here we're at 500 meters, and the shots are going where we want them to go. Now we have an opportunity for the IS. We put one in, and again, I'm shooting mostly regular rounds here. I don't think I've had to dip into the premium at all. You can meet Tier 9 tanks in this tank, so of course you'll want the premium rounds when that happens, because you will struggle to penetrate a lot of tanks when you get to that level. But here, Tier 7, we're able to go pretty reliably through the T-29. We got his drive wheel, locked him in place, put a second one through, and took him out. And our very next follow-up shot gets us a double kill with the IS, the Tier 7 Russian heavy tank. And just like that, we're up to 5 kills, and there's 2 enemies left. And here, another great thing about the Challenger. We're far from the battle. The only enemy left now is an artillery piece, and he's nowhere near us, but we have the speed to try and at least make a go at this. We're 5 kills, the Top Gun would be really great, and I'm doing 50 kilometers per hour on the flat, getting up to 60 going downhill. And hey, we've got a shot at this. If you're in most tank destroyers at this point in the battle, your battle will be over. You are not going to get involved. And even here, it looks like the M12 is going to get taken out by the AT. There is the non-turreted British tank destroyer, the AT-8, as it turns out. Puts a couple of shots in, looks like he's going to finish him off, and no! The M12 gets the kill, the shotgun kill on the AT, and hey, we've got a chance here. So, he's on the move. I tried to snap a shot in, it didn't work. I know he just fired pretty soon, but he's on his reload. Am I going to get here in time before he's able to turn around? He's got the gun towards me. Yes! We snap our shot in. I was planning on just keeping moving at full speed across his tank there, and if my shot didn't go in, I was going to hope he missed. But we were able to put in a shot there and secure the Top Gun in the Challenger. So a great little game there. Nothing crazy, but this was during the latest earn op. And so we secured 5 points for that. We secured a Top Gun with our 6 kills, 3,720 XP. That's of course doubled, and no other rewards there. Just the doubling, and then the rest of those rewards are points. So a really solid game in the Challenger. 1,672 damage. The damage total is a bit low, but actually it's the top for our entire team. But a lot of our kills were kind of 1-hit kills or 2-hit kills there. But again, a nice result, taking out 6 tanks on the enemy team with a tier 7 tank. Anytime that you can do that, it's going to be a pretty good game. We're at top on our team, secured the 5 points for the op, and hopefully that gave you a bit of a flavor. I'm enjoying the Challenger, certainly way more than I am the AT line. I've been stuck on the AT-8, I believe it is, forever. I hate playing that tank. It's so miserable in so many situations. And this one's better. I don't think I'll keep the tank because that turret rotation is so bad. It really, really does hurt the tank for the style of play that I enjoy. But if you can be a patient sniper, you like to be mobile to get to a position and then get set up and then use a good gun to your advantage, this could be a tank for you. So taking a quick look at the detailed stats here, we fired 22 shots, 18 hits, pretty good accuracy, 15 penetrations. I think we just bounced 1 or 2 off of that T-29 and some similar long-range or rushed shots. And that secured our 1,672 damage dealt, a little bit of assistance, and you can see we put some credits away as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it gave you a little bit of a flavor for the Challenger. Maybe it's a tank for you. Let me know if you are looking forward to this tank. Have you already played through it? What is your favorite tank on this turreted British tank destroyer line? Let me know, because I'm looking forward to getting to some of the higher tier tanks eventually. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.